I really like the campus. It's one of those bigger small town feels. I like that I'm close enough to home that I can come home if I need to, but I also like that I'm far enough away that I feel on my own. I really love Coach Koester. I think he and I's play style match up perfectly, so that is what really led to my decision. I didn't really receive other than one offer from a D2 school. I talked to a few coaches, but nothing ever really presented itself in front of me. So this was really one of the main ones.
What are going to be some of the things you're going to miss not being in an Indian uniform anymore?
All the craziness that happens. We took about 5 minutes trying to take a team picture, so I'm going to miss those guys, every single one of them. I'm going to miss playing just right in my backyard every day. I'm going to miss kind of the craziness of having school and then a big ball game in an hour. So I'm going to miss a few things, but I'm really excited for this opportunity that I've created.
What is that number one thing you want to improve on with your game?
Being a better teammate. I'm not going to be the big dog anymore. I'm not going to be a leader like I am now. So I just got to really focus on proving myself as not only a ball player, but also just a team guy, allowing myself to play under and with guys that trust me as I trust them.
I think if you look at what Mason is going to be able to do in the next 2 years for us, both at the plate, on the mound, on defense, you look at just his physicality right now in high school, and he's a guy that's mature for his age. Going to get better and better as the years go on, and those are the type of kids that come in our program and develop, and we talk a lot about development with our guys over 2 years, and we see a bright future for Mason in the years to come.
What is Kaskaskia getting in a player like Mason?
Very athletic, very determined. Probably the biggest thing they're getting is somebody that can play any position that Coach Koester needs, is going to work his tail off to succeed. Just overall great kid. I mean, I think if I'm a college coach and I'm recruiting, you're always recruiting the athleticism, but you also have to have a kid that's going to fit into the mold of what you're trying to do. And I think that's where Mason stands, is he's going to fit in down there really well with his personality, his work ethic, and then his athleticism.
What do you want to see out of him for his final year as you guys make a deep run in the postseason?
I want to see him grow up just a tad bit more. I mean, that's every wish of every high school coach. But I don't want him to try to overdo it. Just be Mason. Mason's a darn good ball player. He led us in the fall, all-conference selection. He just needs to play that way. If he plays that way, we're going to be pretty good.
At what point did you realize that you wanted a player like Mason to come on your ball club?
Early on. I mean, it's been a year and a half now that we've been following and watching and talking with coaches, and at that point we kind of just watched development, and then over the course of the last summer and then this fall, he really took a next step, in his development. And I think you look at what the time that he's put in over the last year and the time that he's going to put in and over the next 2 years, it's a no-brainer for us on what he's going to be able to do and help our program out.
He's really improved on the pitching aspect and playing the infield, but what is your plan to utilize him as, not just as an offensive player, but a defensive player?
Well, I every time I come to a game, I feel like he's playing a different position. I mean, I came to a game this fall, he's playing center. I came in another game, he's playing third. He's also pitching. He's hitting the middle of their lineup. I think his ability to play multiple positions and being able to hit in the middle of a lineup that's really, really talented right now at the high school level, he's going to be able to come in and make that transition really well. His summer ball team that he's playing on is really, really talented. They play a lot of good competition. So those experiences are preparing him for our level.
What do you want to see out of him improve on as he gets into the college level?
I would say just, continue to gain strength. He's obviously, going to get in the weight room this winter, going to get in the weight room early on in the springtime, but then just maintaining that throughout the year. You know, his ability to put the ball in play consistently, hard on offense, getting barrel to the baseball and just driving the ball throughout the entire park. And then really on defense and on the mound, just gaining experience, fastball, breaking ball, being able to throw 3 pitches for strikes, utilizing his changeup and those type of things. We're going to look at those things and see him grow during those aspects.
At what point did you realize that he could be a special player moving on to the college level?
Probably his freshman year. When you see him on the basketball court and you see the athleticism that he has there and you see his love of the baseball game itself, you knew that if he wanted to, he could make himself into a ball player and make it to the next level.
Being a local guy who coaches local kids, what does it mean to you to have another local player that you're going to be coaching?
It means a lot. This conference, this area has been really good to us in the years past, and in the 18 years I've been at Kaskaskia. And this is just another kid from this area that we're going to expect a lot out of. And the guys that have came from this area in the past have done really, really good for us. They've moved on and played professional baseball. They moved on and play at some high-level Division I schools. And we're going to expect the same thing out of the Mason, to come in and develop for 2 years and represent this area and represent our program well.
What got you involved in wanting to play baseball?
As much as I don't necessarily like admitting it, it was my grandma. I'd go home with my grandma after school because my parents were working, and she'd have Cardinals on the TV. She'd have Cardinals on the radio. She'd have something going on with baseball. So all of a sudden, I've got baseball running through me when I'm real little, and apparently when I was 3 years old, my mom said she caught me drawing baseball plays. I have no idea what that means. I don't want that to be known that I know what that means, but that's what it is, and ever since then, here I am, 17, still with the same love that I've had since I was 3.
What's going to be the biggest change from the high school to the college level?
The busy days, because you go from, there's no off time from baseball anymore. It's always all baseball. It's, you wake up in the morning, you go work out, you have practice, you have school, and you go play baseball again. It's every time. There's no like mental break like we're in basketball now, so there's no mental break, and gotta get used to that.